Why is the music business geared towards the young? It's a really important question, something we must consider as well, because it seems to have been taken over from the people who are creating music to the people who are performing music. I saw Skylar Jett, he runs Music for Global Change, and reading his, I'm actually in conversation with him, organising the event I'm organising, Conscious Music for the People. But I saw on his Music for Global Change that he was at an awards ceremony, and it seemed like the musicians were pushed to the side, and it was all about the dancers and the singer. So the musicians who were creating that vibe were being pushed back to the side, and to me that is wrong. He expresses it as being wrong as well. It's the musicians who should be there at the forefront, and the dancers enhancing that music rather than being the pinnacle or the focal point of that music. But why is it geared towards the young? It's to polarize you. If you think about music, all these new things that keep coming in, it's always different. It's like a wave, and there's nothing wrong with that, because life, the world, everything goes in cycles. It's not really linear. It's cycles, and our ancestors tell that from the Vedas, like the yugas, the Kali Yuga and the Sattva Yuga, and all these other yugas that go around, the big cycles. And we have cycles like the seasons. We have days and months and years. These are all cycles that go around and round and round. So it's not really linear. So that's understandable how the music business does that. But why does it always use the young? Well, many reasons for that. But if you think about it, there's no reason for it, because you're listening to music. You're not actually watching music. So there's a big thing about videos and things like that. But music should be for music's sake. And what we are trying to promote here is a conscious music genre. Something where you can add that to your experience of life. I would call it a spiritual experience of life. When you're tapping more into your imagination, you're tapping more into the wonder of what it is to be a human being. We're not this 5 sense reality primate shaped blob. Put a better word to it. We're not that at all. There's so many different aspects to us, and part of that is our consciousness. And we're moving more and more into a left brain society, which is really rigid and regimented, and really is very polarizing. Prejudice. There's lots of prejudices happening in the world today. So if you're for the vaccine or against the vaccine, if you're for change, climate change, against climate change, if you're for European Union, against European Union, for world government, against world government, all of those are polarizing and making people argue about the most stupid things. The most stupid things. But it is psychologically correct to say that human beings do not like decisions being made far away from them when it comes to their community. That's a psychological fact. So many people being beaten down to lose their sovereignty, that is another issue. But we're talking about the youth and why the music business is geared towards the youth. They're much more easily manipulated, because they go, oh wow, I've got a record deal, this is it, this is great, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And they don't even really properly read through the record deal. They'll sign it off and all of a sudden realise they own nothing. Even some of the big stars today are saying, I signed a deal with a crappy, whatever it was, I signed a crappy deal, but at least I got a happy meal, something like that. I'm paraphrasing terribly there. But they're saying that this illusory life in the material world is not actually where it's at. It's actually this conscious life of being a conscious human being is really important. And age and wisdom give you that. Age and wisdom give you that. So is there something in the music business that's stopping wise words, wise songs, conscious songs coming out? Well, yes and no. But people are being bombarded with all this other stuff. It's difficult for the conscious artists to have a voice. So what we're doing is setting up an event on the 18th of March to get people to see that there are conscious artists out there singing conscious music, i.e. music to inspire your imagination, to make you think, Wow, there's a different way of looking at this. And it really helps if you're on a meditation path, a spiritual path, a path of yoga, the 8 folds of yoga, remember that? Tai Chi, Ki Gong, anything that you're doing to improve your life. If you add conscious music to that, like putting a really decent Bob Marley record on, or even John Lennon's later stuff when he's talking about instant karma and Imagine and all these beautiful songs that he wrote, even many different artists. Alanis Morissette is a very highly sensitive human being who writes really highly sensitive music. Marvin Gaye, towards the end of his career, was very conscious driven music. Listen to the words like a meditation, and let it take you where that singer's taking that music. And it's a beautiful thing. It adds to your meditation process. Even Eckhart Tolle has singer-songwriters in some of his conferences, because he said this is like sitting down and having a meditation. This is what it is, sitting down having a meditation, listening to these words. So that's important. It's important that music is for everyone, created by everyone. That's called equality. That's called, if you want to look at equality, there's no such thing as real equality because everything is different. But if you want to look at equality in that way, it shouldn't be ageist. Songs should be listened to on their merit, not on how old the people are. And that's important. That's changing actually, and that will change more. That's why we're doing this conscious music event on the 18th of March. You can click on the link around this video or go to consciousmusecollective.com, consciousmusecollective.com, or even just Google me, Peter Paul Parker. You can connect with me through my blog and I will respond to you with all the relevant links. That's fine as well. So anyway, if you are into conscious music, please do join us for this event. You'll really love it, I'm sure. Meet other like-minded people who are into raising the consciousness of the planet. That's what we're all about. Okay, till the next video. I look forward to seeing you then. Be well, keep shining.